Okay, we can just go ahead and get started. Thank you all for joining us tonight for our Camp Wilton orientation question and answer night. We're just really kind of looking for tonight to be an opportunity for any of you to ask me questions. If you have any regarding sort of how Camp Wilton will be running this year, I have a few things that we can kind of all go over and hopefully that will answer some of your questions. And then if you do have any additional questions, please, pop out, ask me anything you need. We'll try to get you as many questions answered as possible. So I'm sure the number one thing on all of your minds is our masks. So as you know, the new guidance came out through DOH. Summer camp this year is governed by the Department of Health. So we do have to follow their guidances. And so this year we, for summer camp, have adopted the new guidance that any staff who is vaccinated will be able to take off their masks for the duration of camp while they were working with us. For those staff that, those children, they are able to remove their masks while outside. So when we're doing all of our outdoor activities, they will be able to take their masks off. Once they do enter the building, we are going to ask that all children put their masks on, complete the activity that they might be inside for, whether it be an actual indoor activity or being to use the bathroom, get some water, whatever that might be. As soon as they go back outside, they are able to then again remove their masks. So that's kind of our mask guidance that we're going to be doing this summer. Before I kind of move on from that, does anybody have any questions? You can either throw it up into the chat box, or if you want to just unmute yourself and ask a question, we can kind of talk about masks while you guys are on right now. Otherwise, we can talk about it later as well.
I have a question. So just to make sure I understood you. So vaccinated staff do not have to wear them. Children, when outside, can take them off. But if they're in the building for any reason, they put them on. And then, so that's a two-part question. The second is if the Department of Health adopts any other regulations where masks aren't required at all, will you be adopting that as well? Oh, I can't hear.
Let's try that. Hopefully you can hear me now at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry. So I missed the first section of your question. We had some people walking by.
Well, first off, thank you for doing this tonight. And I appreciate that you're following the Department of Health and that you have updated your regulations. I just wanted to make sure I understood. So you're saying children, staff, if they're vaccinated, don't have to wear them, but children, when outside, they don't have to wear the masks, but if they are in the building for any reason, they have to put the mask on. So was that?
Yep,
okay? And I was just saying, if the Department of Health were to update it in the next few weeks, in the next month, will the Y be looking to then update their regulation? If the Department of Health says, no masks are needed for children, would you be updating it then too, like you've updated it now?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So I can't guarantee you that we will follow all of the guidances throughout the summer as soon as they come out. That would be a conversation that would involve our COVID team, which includes our Executive Director of Child Care Services, Teresa Cooper, as well as our CEO, Scott Clark. So that decision, they would come together, kind of discuss it, review everything, and then make a decision from there. So I would love to tell you that, yes, as soon as it comes out, we're going to follow it. I just can't guarantee it. We'll take time, we'll absorb. We'll assess the situation, assess kind of where we are in the nature of COVID, and as an association, make that decision. But we will attempt to make that decision as quickly as possible if a new guidance were to come out.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I also didn't tell you guys at the beginning, I probably should have said, I'm Kate Tarian. I'm the director of Camp Wilton for the summer. I recognize some of the names. I am currently the senior childcare coordinator, and I oversee our before and after school programs at Lake Ave, Dorothy Nolan, and in Ballston Spa. So you're probably looking at my face thinking, who is this woman? So I'm will be the director of Camp Toga this summer. So does anybody else have any other questions?
Kate, I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi. Is the camp going to be at Wilton or is it going to be at Toga? Has kind of guidelines changed? Where are the kindergarten or first graders going to be?
They're going to be right at Camp Wilton. So our Camp Wilton is for the younger kiddos, so those entering kindergarten and entering first grade. So you're looking at ages roughly 5 to 6. We'll have some older 4s and maybe a few younger 7s. And then entering second and up will be for at Camp Toga.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with our Wilton branch. So just kind of give you a little bit of update as to what the day will kind of look like for summer camp. So we are open as early as 7 a.m. And you can pick up as late as 6 p.m. So for those who are familiar with our Wilton branch, if you are in the parking lot looking at the main entrance, you'll see there's a large wall to your left with some doors, and that will be our entrance. It will be clearly marked for the first day of camp. So you'll see it'll say welcome to Camp Wilton, and you'll enter into there. And that will be an entrance for Camp Wilton only. So you won't need to go through the main desk area. You'll have your separate entrance for Camp Wilton. We will have a table set up where our camp coordinators will meet you at the table. We will take your child's temperature, go through our COVID screens, pretty similar to those who are attending base. It's the same questions. Have they shown any symptoms? Have they had any fevers? Have you done any traveling? Have you been around anybody who is tested positive? Things like that. So if you can attest to no and say that you don't have any symptoms, you aren't exposed to anybody, no travel, and we will take your child's temperature, you will sign them in, and then they'll be welcome into camp for the day. And then the same will happen upon pickup. You'll enter through the same entrance. We will meet you at our table. You'll sign your child out, and then you'll be able to go home for the evening. Please note that at the beginning of camp, that we will be asking for your ID. So whoever is there, whether it's you as the parent or guardian or an authorized pickup, just have them check their ID. We do have a lot of new staff here for the summer. So some are our current base staff carrying over, so they might recognize you. Some may not. So just, be prepared with your ID. We'll check it, make sure you are who you say you are before we send your child with you. So that's how drop off is going to look like. From there, we're going to do some small group games, some independent play in our large field house. And then we will move on around 9 o'clock with our camp day. So we'll start with some opening ceremonies. We'll do some camp songs. We're looking for each group to be able to make their own flag and just make it as campy as possible. And then they'll go on with their rotations throughout the day. And each day will look a little bit different for each group. So not everybody's doing the same thing every day. We are offering some art projects. We're looking to incorporate some STEM activities, so really get in that science and math. We are looking to incorporate drama into camp as well. We are going to be having time on the playground for them to just kind of run it out and free play. We'll be doing group games as well, some team building activities. We're going to really incorporate our core values of caring, respect, honesty, and responsibility so that we can start building those foundations as well. And special to Camp Wilton, we have gymnastics. So once a week, I'm hoping to make it twice a week for each group, but I can guarantee right now once a week, each child will get to spend time in our gymnastics facility, and we'll be able to do a gymnastics class where, they'll work on some tumbling. It'll be very minimal, but they'll just get some time to expose into gymnastics. And that's very specific just to Camp Wilton. So we're really excited for that. It was a really big hit last summer. And so we're going to do that again this year. So that's kind of what a typical day will look like at camp. Some things to know to bring is make sure your child has a water bottle. And we have water fountains throughout the building. We can refill it throughout the day. Water is really big for us, making sure they're staying hydrated. We will do, the Y provides an afternoon snack. So we just ask that you guys provide a lunch. We do ask that it be nut-free. We do have some nut allergies throughout camp. So we are asking that it be a nut-free lunch. And if your child needs a morning snack, you can provide an extra morning snack as well for them. So we're just gonna make sure they stay filled up with their bellies and keep their, stay hydrated throughout the day. And I would bring, we aren't We don't have swimming at Wilton, but we will be doing a lot of water play each day. So you're welcome to send your child with a bathing suit or just an extra change of clothes to change into should they get wet, or, you know, maybe they spill their lunch, or, you know, the occasional accident that might happen because they're really excited about camp. So an extra change of clothes would be a great thing to have as well. Do you have any questions specific to maybe how the day is going? Anything you think you might need for your child?
Kate, are you going to send out like a welcome letter that kind of summarizes everything you just went through in terms of drop off, but maybe also like what they need to bring each day?
Yes, for sure. Hi, Anna. Yes, we will be sending something out. We can send out a follow-up of this. And I should have said at the beginning, we are recording this Zoom session. So that way, should you guys need to come back and kind of revisit anything, or if anybody missed the Zoom meeting, we will have it recorded so that you guys can access it later. But yes, our intention is to create some sort of letter, maybe not necessarily a formal letter, but like facts to know, things to bring to camp, things like that. And I have email, so I'm always available through email or phone. You guys can, you know, have any questions, just shoot me an email. I'm here pretty much every day. Any other questions as far as, you know, can we have certain things? We do ask that home toys stay at home. They do have some opportunity where they could bring in, you know, maybe a quiet stuffed animal or something that they need a little lovey to take a break throughout the day. But as far as like actual games and toys, we do ask that it stay at home. It just kind of makes the day flow a little easier. Things don't get lost. No one gets upset. Oh, Norman, perfect. What is the sunblock policy? Will the Y apply or do the parents? We can say both. The Y counselors would not actually apply it to your child, but we will supervise the children applying to themselves. So you guys are welcome to send them in with a first level of sunblock, but we do reapply it throughout the day. So we'll have a break, the kids will get their sunblock out, they'll apply it themselves. We will assist if needed. So we will ensure that, you know, they're fully covered and protected by the sun. But we do ask that the child be able to apply it themselves. So last year we found some kids found it a lot easier to have the spray sunscreen. So we do welcome the spray sunscreen. If a child is using spray, we have them kind of go to a specific area so that the other children aren't breathing in case, you know, there's allergies or anything like that. So spray sunscreen is okay. We'll just have them kind of apply it in a specific area. So the child will be responsible for applying sunblock.
Kate, same thing with bug spray. So should we send kids in with their own bug spray?
Yes. Yep. Send in your own bug spray. The Y won't provide that. So yeah, bug spray will make sure that they reapply it throughout the day as needed. And Manita just asked, will the kids be in the same small group each day or do they move between activities? Thank you. I did forget to touch on that. So Monday through Friday, your child will remain within their group with their counselor. So we're going to have a group of 10 children each week, and you'll have an AM counselor and then a PM counselor. And that counselor will remain stagnant throughout that week as well as those kids. We can't guarantee that it'll be the same group week 1 as week 10 because not everybody's attending for the whole, I'm sorry, week 9. Not everybody's attending the whole 9 weeks of camp, but we keep it stagnant at least Monday through Friday and do our best to keep that same group throughout the summer as possible. So something new that we have this year for camp, which we have not utilized in the past, and we utilize this in our Malta child care facilities. So some of those families who attended with us at Malta daycare will be a little familiar with this system. It's called Tadpoles. So our Tadpole system, I don't know if I can share my screen. I'm gonna try, this is new to me. So we'll see if I can share it. And we'll kind of give you, we have a little flyer. So let's see.
We can see it, Kate.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This is our Tadpole system. So like I said, those families that are used to Malta childcare, you'll kind of know what this is about. So this is a daily reporting system. And my 2 children also go to Malta childcare. So it's really kind of a cool feature that we have. So tadpoles can do a lot of things. So one thing that we can do through tadpoles, and the screen that you're seeing right now, this is what you will see as a parent. So there's a couple ways to access this. You can download it to your phone. They have an app that's for both Android as well as Apple users. So you can download, it's a free app. You don't have to pay for it. You will utilize the email that you gave us on file will be what's used for this tadpole system. And both the parent or guardians, if there's one or two listed, will get access to tadpoles. So what is Tadpoles? Tadpoles is a daily reporting system that allows us to communicate with our parents and families. So through the app, you can stay connected through photos and notes from their day. We do have the option to send them in real time as well as at the end of the day, which is called a daily report. So typically your photos, it's what's going to be kind of in real time. So this allows us to take photos of your child in the various activities that they're doing, and we'll send it straight to you. You will be the only recipient of your child's photo. So there are quite a few safety measures in this system that allows us to ensure that your child is staying as anonymous as possible to the other families that are in the center or in camp. So if your child, some of the families have requested that their child does not have their photo taken. So if that's the case, you unfortunately will not be able to receive any tadpoles photos as well, because we don't like to blur the lines. So if you are a no photo, then you won't be receiving photos through here. If you are, so if so my son's name is Henry. So if Henry is at summer camp and he's doing a math activity and they're or a STEM activity and they're building rockets and towers, I, as the counselor, can snap a photo of him and I'll say, oh, we're working on this STEM activity, and I can kind of talk to you about what it is, and I'll send it out as an email. And then as the parent, you get that right away, and it'll pop up and say photo for Henry Terrian, and I can open it and I see a picture of Henry engaged in his activity and what he's doing. So it's kind of a way to be able to check in throughout the day, see what they're doing. And we can do that for all activities throughout the day. So might get a photo of them playing on the playground, maybe a photo of them in gymnastics, or it could be a group photo of them playing. So I know I said before that you're the only one that will get a picture of your child specifically. The only caveat or change to that could be if it's a group photo. So if there's a group of, say, 4 children in the photo, each child will be tagged in that photo. So only the parent or guardians of those 4 children will get the photo. And then there is an added safety feature in it, in that that parent cannot download that photo. You cannot save that photo. So you can't keep a copy of a group photo if there's multiple children in the photo. If it's a photo of just your child, you do have the opportunity to save it to your camera roll, upload it to social media, email it out to family and friends. So that feature is in there if it's just your child alone. So that's something. And yes, Sarah, this app will be used at Camp Toga as well. And then we are excited to be able to offer this starting in the fall for our base programming as well. So this is kind of our soft launch for camp, and then come in the fall, we'll be able to launch it for base. So Jill, for the Tadpoles app, you can just go right into your like store on your phone, whether you have a iPhone or Android. Just the same, you would download any other app. You'll type in Tadpoles, Tadpole Parent, and you can download it for free right from there. I think. Okay, so what else can we do with
Kate?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you said it was a Tadpole Parent app that
Yeah.
they need?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So I wonder if I might be able to look it up. So let me see if I can pause my sharing. So this, it's kind of hard to see, but this little guy right here is what the app icon looks like. So that's what you'll download through your app, and that will allow you to have access to it. So it also will save, gives you the opportunity as the parent to send messages to us as the caregivers. So you might be able to say, oh, my mom is in town, so Henry's going to get picked up early. So you can go right into your parent app and send us an instant message that says, Henry's being picked up at 12:30 by his grandmother. Can you please have him ready? And that will give us access in real time to be able to ensure that we have him ready. Or you could say, Henry had a really rough night last night. I'm not sure how he's doing today. So it kind of gives you a lot of different options to be able to communicate with us as well. It also, if you don't want to download the app, it will send you an email. So like my husband doesn't have the app. He just gets an email every day at the end of the day. So you don't have to download an app to get access to it. And then as a parent, so I have 2 children. So you'll see that there's 2 kids on mine. And this will tell me this is what it'll look like through the app. So I can click on it. I see here's Henry. If I want to add any notes, I can add certain drop-off notes. So I could say, did Henry have any meds this morning? Maybe, he had an allergic reaction to something, or I gave him some Benadryl. I can put that in there. Up here on the top corner, I can mark him as absent. So if for some reason Henry's not coming to camp that day, I can give you a reason why. I can say we're on vacation, we're having a stay home day. I can mark absences. And then this last tab over here will be where you get your daily report. So right on here, you can see it'll save for the whole month. It'll give you your daily report, any photos that I might get of Henry. So for example, today I got a picture of Henry playing on the playground, told me what he was doing. This one is a picture of him practicing his tracing. So you'll see it'll tell you what we're doing and then give you the activities of what we're actually doing and what it's associated with as far as educational standards. And then his daily report, yours won't be quite as intense because like I said, he's preschool. So this gives all the meals of things that he ate, all the activities he did throughout the day, any photos. So you'll get this at the end of every day to kind of tell you what our day was at camp. If the teacher needs to send any notes or your counselor needs to send any notes, we can do that right through here. So that's kind of a quick overview of our Tadpoles app. Does anybody have any questions as far as the app goes? Let's see if I can pull up the chat box. Hardy, how long should we expect drop off to take? It kind of depends on you or your child. It should really only take a few moments, especially because you said you're coming right at 7. You'll be probably one of our first families there. So it's just kind of how long it takes to go through the process. I'd say last summer, the first couple of days took a little bit longer just to get down the process of everything. But once you kind of have it down, it's a really quick, we just take their temperature really quick, you attest to the questions, sign them in and you move on. So, and it should be only a matter of, a minute or 2. Certainly if your child might be having a hard drop off or difficult time leaving, it could take a little bit longer, but as long as everything's going smoothly, it should only take a few seconds. And Christian, I missed your last question about afternoon snacks, so I apologize. Some examples of an afternoon snack would be whole grain cheddar goldfish, some Cheez-Its. We are going to try to incorporate some fresh fruits and vegetables. It'll look, I don't know if you are a part of our base program, but it'll look pretty similar to our base snacks as well.
Kate, this is Kristen again. I know this is for Wilton. Is Saratoga running the same thing? And I'm doing the drop off and they're going on the bus. So I think that was 8:30, but do you know if Saratoga is doing a Zoom or information similar to this?
Yes, they will be. We were going to do it last week, but unfortunately something came up and we had to postpone. So Teresa and Karen, who's the director of Camp Toga, are working out a new date for that. And we're hoping to be able to host one next week. But Teresa will be able to send out more information for that. So Camp Toga will have their own. And Kristen, you did mention the bus. So this year, something that's new to Camp Toga and Camp Wilton is transportation. So we do recognize that having 2 locations does make things a little difficult for those families that have children attending both camps. So new this year, we're offering transportation between the sites. So Like Kristen said, they're doing the Saratoga drop-off location. So what that means is you can bring both your children to one branch, and then we will transport their child to their respective camp. So, so say my sons Theodore and Henry, I bring them in to Camp Saratoga. Henry's attending at Toga, but Theo needs to go to Wilton. Theo will get on the bus and we will transport him to Wilton in the morning. And then we'll do the reverse at the end of the day. We'll bring him back to Camp Toga. We are also doing a pickup location at our Corinth branch and our Malta branches. So if that's something you're interested in, the pickup and drop off times are on our website. These are tentative. We won't really know until kind of we get going and see how quickly we can get through the pickup and drop off process. But there is no care provided outside of that time. So for example, I have 2 children. Henry's going to Camp Saratoga, Theo's going to Wilton, and the bus doesn't leave till, let's say, 8 o'clock. I can't drop Theo off at 7 because there won't be care for him for that hour. I have to drop him off at 8 o'clock when the bus leaves. And then in reverse, if the bus drops him off at say 3:30, I have to be there at 3:30 to pick him up. So that's the only caveat with our bus. But if you have any more questions, it's not too late to sign up for that if that's something you're interested in. You don't need to do both AM and PM. So if you look at it and say, you know what, I definitely need morning drop off, but I can pick them up at their respective camps in the afternoon, you could use the bus for just AM or PM. That's an option as well. Our Hardy, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
If is there an option to like sign up for the bus, like maybe after the camp has started, like at a midpoint, or if our needs change?
Yeah, we can definitely make that happen. Right now we have plenty of space on the bus. The only way I could foresee that happening is if we run out of space, but our bus is only about half full. So I don't think that will be an issue at all. So you can make that change. And in the reverse, if you start off with busing and in the first week, you're like, you know what, I don't think I need it anymore, we can take it off as well. There's no additional costs or anything as far as the bus goes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hardy, are there any expected field trips? Unfortunately, at this time, we're not expecting to do any field trips. We will assess that as the summer goes on. But instead, what we're looking to do is have people come to us so we can do an outside field trip experience, but just have them come with us versus going to them. And that's mainly just due to the buses in distancing and having a smaller amount of children to be able to go, and with the COVID protocols. So as of right now, we're not expecting field trips, but that could always change as the summer progresses. Laura, for footwear, we do prefer closed-toed shoes and sneakers. It does not have to be a closed heel, but even if it's maybe like a strap, like a sandal with a strap, or like Crocs, with the strap down, just so that their foot doesn't slip out as they might be running around the playground. But yes, we prefer closed-toed. Does not have to be sneakers, but as long as it's closed-toed and their foot can remain in the shoe easily. For gymnastics, they will need a pair of socks. So if you want to just send in a pair of socks for them to use during the gymnastics room, and they can change into it right before and change out if they don't want to wear them in their sandals. I think I got everybody's questions that were in the chat box, so I apologize if I didn't. Throw it back out at me again. Are there any questions that anybody has for me that maybe we haven't talked about yet? Awesome. Well, our main goal today was just to be able for you guys to meet me. We were hoping to have some of our staff here as well. And unfortunately, that didn't work out for us tonight, but we do have some returning staff from last year. So if any of you were here at Camp Wilton last year, you'll be able to see some new faces, or some of the same faces as well as new ones. Some of our base staff are carrying over from different sites. So like I know at Camp Wilton, we're going to be having Mr. Alex, who is at our Lake Ave program. He'll be here with us for summer. And for those that attended Wilton last year, we have Aaron and Maggie coming back this year as our coordinators. So they're a lot of fun. We just have a really great group of staff here, and we're just really excited to be able to get to know your families and your kids, and be able to play with them throughout the day and engage. So thank you for joining us. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm sure we have dinner times and bath times and bedtimes to get to. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. For those families that have children at Camp Toga, like I said, we will be having another one specific for that, so we can kind of go over the swimming and the ropes course, archery, things like that. So Karen will cover that in hers. And if you have any questions, like I said, please shoot me an email, give us a call. And hopefully I got everybody's questions answered and you have a bit more of an idea of what to expect for the summer.
Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. This was super helpful.
Oh, good.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.